You know, it's like anything else. You know, each generation thinks that the next generation going forward, you know, is not tapped into the real qualities stuff or whatever. You know, it's the march of time. My kids happen to watch, you know, tons and tons of films from when they were very, very tiny, because we would sit them down while we were watching all kinds of films. So they did see black and whites from, you know, the pioneer days, and you know, and they did see, you know, have just seen many, many different kinds of films, and they were huge fans of Hayao Miyazaki. We all were, so we've seen, you know, probably every single Miyazaki film 50 times, because when you have kids, you just watch them over and over and over again, like playing records. But what they're really interested in is YouTube and gaming and you know, so I think different people, you know, become interested as they grow up, and they get interested and they start looking back at different things, or they see a reference in, you know, something on YouTube to something in the past, and information and content is so easily accessible that they can go and look at it, pull it off Netflix. So, you know, if they like see some Chaplin or something, you know, funny, you know, on YouTube, then they go back and they can look at it. So, I mean, I don't know, you know, in a certain way, I see what, you know, this generation is watching, these young kids are watching, and it's pretty depressing and demoralizing. But on the other hand, you know, people of my generation really, you know, by and large, you know, they didn't watch the neo-realist films, and, you know, didn't watch European art house films, and I more or less, you know, missed out on American television and, you know, mainstream American commercial films from the, you know, 70s, because my parents didn't like those films. So I don't know how to answer that question. You know, how do you get people to do that? I think, you know, the kids who become interested in things, you know, then watch them. I mean, my kids have seen, I think, most Kurosawa films, but I don't think that many other kids have seen most Kurosawa films. I don't even think most American kids have seen Miyazaki films. You know, I don't really know how to answer that question. I mean, my kids know so many things. They say so many things that surprise me, that are, you know, just extraordinary, that they get off of, you know, just scrolling around in the web and YouTube. So they really, this coming generation really has much, much more access. So they can pull stuff up from all over the place. And kids are so smart and imaginative and make kinds of connections that I think we older people, you know, are less likely to do, and we're so busy. But having the entire, you know, world and the, you know, history of literature and film there at their fingertips really makes it easier for, you know, those who are curious to dig in and really explore all of these worlds, you know, even more than we were able to.